Hello everyone, today I would like to present a paper about detecting oil spill in offshore facility using convolutional neural network and translearning. This presentation I presented on APA convention and exhibition last September. Hope you enjoy the paper and let's check it out. When we have an offshore pipeline, the frequency it breaks down may increase as it's getting old and mature. The decline in pipeline integrity may be caused by internal or external erosion or corrosion, which yields in a reduced rating pressure to the pipeline. This may eventually cause an oil spill, and as we know that the spill may bring a detrimental impact to the environment as the oil is long-lasting and cannot be degraded naturally by the nature. So whenever we encounter the spill, we need to quickly detect and act to minimize the losses, eventually minimize the damage to the environment. So we rely on leak detection system, SCADA, patrol and public surveillance in order to detect the leakage. The question is, which one is more effective? Based on report on leak detection 2012, 85% of the efforts to identify the leak was a manual method through observation and surveillance, leaving the rest 15% rely on CPM, LDS, or SCADA. The same thing may happen in offshore. So we have an idea. Can we use CCTV or drone to capture surrounding image and provide us a clue whether the spill occurred or not? So we may face a challenge upon how we automatically infer whether the oil spill occurred from those vast amount of video footage. Indeed, we can do it manually, but it requires a lot of resources. So the paper want to focus on building AI to help us detecting whether there's a spill or no spill on that video footage. So how an AI will make our dream come true? There are three computer cognitive ability. The first one, it is an object classification. In object classification, we have a picture. We want to determine which class this picture belongs to. In this case, whether it is an oil spill or no spill. This is particularly useful at finding anomaly in various images. Second, it is an object detection. So having a class is a must, but we also want to know where it locates in the image, usually represented in bounding boxes. The third one is object segmentation. So in segmentation, we want to regionalize the pixel into its unique label. For example, this is an oil spill, boat, and ocean. So as the level increase, the complexity will increase as well. And in this paper, we want to focus on object classification because we want to spot anomaly whether an oil spill occur or not in the picture or a series of video footage. To give you a perspective how the end-to-end implementation, this is how the system will look like. We can have a video footage, for example, from CCTV, IoT, drones, and this footage will be streamed into a server that has an oil spill classifier on it. This is an AI that we are going to build. Or maybe if it is not reliable in terms of internet connection, we can stream it to the edge computing. So this system will provide a notification for people in the control room so they can have an alert whether there's a potential spill. So they can recheck that and maybe they can give feedback to the AI so the AI could get better. So when it's get confirmed, they can send a patrol team to combat the issue. How do we build the model is actually a question that we are going to answer in this paper. So from the technology side, we are going to use deep learning technology, especially convolutional neural network and transfer learning. The reason why we use this technology because this technology is very effective for image classification tasks. And secondly, it preserves spatial information due to having a convolutional filter before being flattened into fully connected network. And the third, because it is translation invariant, meaning that it can learn and detect pattern, even though it locate in the bottom or in the top of image or anywhere at image. And that's why we use this technology. And secondly, from development side, we are going to use a Python with open source library. And from the cost, virtually we spend no cost at developing this technology. And in the following slide, maybe we are going to discuss a little bit about CNN and transfer learning. We are going to talk about convolutional neural network. This is actually a very basic introduction to CNN. So CNN made by neurons or filters that have learnable weight and biases, just like ANN. It makes a very basic and explicit assumption that inputs are image, and that's why it's very suitable for image classification tasks. The input are three dimension, which is width, height, and depth, and oftentimes in batches, and that's why it's called NCHW. And the architecture of each convolutional block consists of convolutional layer, rectified linear unit, and work as activation function, pooling, and fully connected as well. So what is convolutional layer? It works as a feature extractor to represent what part of the image that is significant to the classification task. And in what is max pooling? It works as it works to reduce the computation since we have a very large dimensional space. So in order to reduce the computation, we use this max pooling. It could be average pooling as well. And the third, what is a fully connected network? It works as a classifier to help us to determine whether it's oil spill or not. In this paper, we also talk about transfer learning. The reason why we talk this, because we want to improve the accuracy of our model classifier. So instead of reinventing the wheel, why don't use a state-of-the-art model? So what is transfer learning? So imagine that you have an image, you want to classify it as oil spill or no spill. So instead of creating our own architecture, CNN, we use a pre-trained model, which is a state-of-the-art model with a pre-existing learnable weight and biases as a feature extractor. So could be a VGG, a MobileNet, and there's a lot of backbone out there. So after we create the feature extractor, we fed the feature into a classifier, which is a fully connected layer to perform a classification task, whether it's oil spill or no spill. So this is the idea of transfer learning. We use this pre-trained model. So how to build this? So there's two ways. First is using adaptation method. So in adaptation method, so we only load the pre-trained model, we freeze all the learnable weight and biases, and then we only modify the classifier out here. And after that, we train the classifier. Usually, we can obtain a good and decent result from this first step. And to improve the step further, we can use fine-tuning method, which is we unfreeze some of the weight and biases. And after that, we train all the models, pre-train any classifier with a low learning rate. Hopefully, it can yield a good and a better result. We can repeat the tuning until we get the accuracy that we need. So how do we create the oil spill classifier? This is a step-by-step introduction. The first one is we prepare the data, we collect and label the data into its corresponding category, and we transform the data into the same dimension and has a fixed folder structure in order to be read by the data loader from the PyTorch. The total data we use is 250. We have two classes, no spill and no oil spill, and we divide the training and test data into 80% and 20%. And after that, we put data augmentation. We perform random rotation, resize crop, and convert that into tensor so it can be read by the PyTorch. And after that, we design the neural network architecture using a convolutional block. And in the tail, we use fully connected layer with log softmax activation function, so we can have a probability of that image. And after that, we initialize model. We use optimizer AdamW, criterion, and NLLoss. And after that, we train the model using feed-forward, calculate cost, backprop, and update weight. And this is the library that we use. We developed that in a Python. We use PyTorch, GCOPDL, OpenCV, and scikit-learn, and many more. The same procedure apply as well to the transfer learning, but the difference is, instead of reinventing the wheel, creating our network architecture, we use a pre-trained model, which is Mobile VNet 2. We freeze the parameter and change the classifier, and the rest are actually the same. This is the architecture of vanilla CNN and transfer learning. So in vanilla CNN, we have an image, which is 36464. We have a convolutional network layer that work as a filter extractor that has four convolutional block. And after that, we flatten that image, and then we fed that into fully connected layer to determine whether it is a spill or no spill. In transfer learning, instead of feeding the computer with arbitrarily size, we need to resize that into 3 to 4 to 4, because the network mobile net backbone only accept this type of input. And after that, we flatten the result and fed that into fully connected layer to determine the spill or no spill. In the evaluation section, we see that vanilla CNN accuracy quite good, 69%, and we see the cost tend to decrease and the score tend to increase. And from here, we can see that the confusion matrix, the CNN has a hard time predicting the spill, where it predicts as a no spill. In transfer learning with MobileNet, we can see a jump of 90%. So the accuracy is 88%. So the cost tend to decrease and the score tend to increase. And the confusion matrix, we see the problematic here. So it has greatly reduced. Since we are quite happy with the result, we perform a sanity check. And here in CNN, we can see it meets label many image. But in transfer learning, it only mislabeled once from the 16 image that we give to them. So after the model is built, we try to deploy the model to classify a video footage. This is what we get. So we overlay the classification result into the footage, and we see here it predicts, there is no spill here, it predicts. But astonishingly, when the fishermen show up the oil, it classify it as oil spill. This is a very good result. We quite happy with that. But in here, it still misclassify it as a no spill, so we need to improve from this side. On the top right here, the video footage in offshore operation. So here it's classified, there's no spill here, as well as in the bottom section, it's classified as a no spill as well. So we have a model classifier that classify it is an oil spill or it is no spill. So what's next? And this is the deployment idea that we propose for the industry. So we can install the model into various surveillance technology such as CCTV, drone, or IoT. And this type of technology will stream us various of video footage actually, and this video footage we can feed them into our model classifier to infer its classification and probability, so we can have a nice notification for people such as in the control room, so they can respond to it and maybe send combat team to see whether to combat the spill. Yeah, that is the idea that we are going to propose. And one thing that we have to note is the inference time for a single image is up to 0.1 second. So we can take up to 10 frame per second video footage. But I think in offshore operation where internet is limited, we don't need such speed because maybe 1 frame per minute is enough, or maybe 5 frame per minute is actually good enough for detecting the spill. So what can we do to improve the model further? This is the question that we are going to answer in the slide. The first one, we can perform data improvement. The first, we may feed the computer with more data. Since we only have 250, we may increase that into 1,000 or maybe 10,000 data set. And second, maybe we can try different light setting, capturing the image from in the morning, in the afternoon, maybe in the evening as well. And the third, maybe we can try various shooting angle that take aerial and platform view. And we can also perform model improvement. The first thing that we can try is to perform hyperparameter tuning, such as adjusting the learning rate. Or maybe we can try another backbone architecture, such as a GoogleNet, VGG, that maybe that exists in the current industry. And the last, we can improve the model into a more advanced model. For example, in this model, we only detect for the classification. Maybe we can improve into detection and segmentation, detecting where the oil spill occur on the region of the image. But consequently, we need more additional data set for doing that. We have 4 points to conclude the papers. First, the CNN can be utilized to detect whether oil spill occur through the evaluation of external manifestation of the leakage, especially using the image. And the second, we can improve the model classifier using transfer learning, which here we can use pre-trained MobileNet v2 that, as shown before, it can increase the model accuracy significantly. And the third, we can this classification of model only determine whether there's an oil leakage manifestation or not. But if we want to improve the model capability, we can upgrade that for detection or segmentation, but an expense for more data required. And the fourth, this classifier model can be used alongside CCTV or IT or drone to automatically classify video footage being captured, and this can be used for informing the person in charge whether the oil leakage manifestation has shown or not. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you so much for the attention and good day.